Oh, thank you.
Welcome to the Blueprint Method podcast, where we explore the art of living in alignment with your true self. I am Dr. Melissa Parteka, creator of the Blueprint Method, and in each episode, I sit down with real people who've dared to live differently, courageously aligning their lives, relationships, and purpose with who they truly are. Through raw conversations, practical insights, and inspiring stories, we'll uncover what it truly means to live your blueprint, not someone else's version of success. If you're ready to remember who you are, reclaim your path, and imagine what's possible, you're in the right place. This is the Blueprint Method podcast. Let's begin. So today I have with me Dani Heilig. So let's begin with your story. Who were you before you started living in alignment with your blueprint?
That was a nightmare. Who was I? Oh my gosh. I was a hot-headed 20-year-old, divorced, two kids, super mom, which would go home and drink too much and just the beautiful mess. I was a beautiful mess. It was horrible. And then I saw the light.
So, what moment or experience led you to realize that something in your life or your relationships needed to change?
I guess the most significant moment that happened was when an ex-fiancé of mine committed suicide. And it was right when I was going through my divorce and I just spiraled. And it was my, like, I guess coming to Jesus moment where I was like, something has to give. Like, this is it. And I learned your rock bottom is really just going back down to your foundation and just stripping away everything you thought you knew and just starting over completely fresh.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, real.
So, as you were learning the lessons that aligned you with your blueprint, what stood out or resonated the most for you?
I think what stood out the most was how much love I had to give to people. I just needed to learn how to do that without people hurting me. I was getting to where it was I give and give and give and I get nothing back. Well, I wasn't giving to the right people and I wasn't giving properly. I was giving with expectations instead of just purely um, in purpose. So now that everything I do is by purpose, I just kind of float through life now where I don't really have any expectations. I just receive gifts every day.
Wow. How does that feel?
Oh, it's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like I can accomplish anything, as long as it's, against with my morals, my boundaries, it's in my safe space and I have full control of that. I don't mind saying yes. I don't mind saying no. And when I do say yes, I give 110%. And when it's no, I don't feel bad. I'm just like, okay, no, that's not for me. Maybe that's somebody else's journey. And that's okay. Yeah. I learned to just let, I guess, the universe guide me to do great things now.
Yeah. I love that for you.
Thanks, me too.
What resistance or fear came up along the way, and how did you navigate it so you could stay on your path?
I think the biggest fear that I have is going to be with my children. I want to be super mom. I want to see everything. I want to do everything. I want to touch everything. I want to be involved in everything. They're my greatest creation. But I also realize that they are humans, right? Like they're not mine to keep. They're God's children. So I have to back off and let them journey in a safe place where you can make mistakes and it's okay. And just let them live and be their own people. But as I've done that, which was scary at first, now it's cool because they incorporate me into their lives when they choose, and it's wonderful. So it was hard at first to let go, but watching them grow and develop, it changed so much. Like it's incredible how emotionally intelligent they are now. They overcome and adapt so much faster. There's no fear and anxiety because they're in control
Mhm.
of their decisions and their destiny. So they are healthier because I am letting them be.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was tough.
I'd say. So it sounds like your relationships with your children have evolved.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I don't even really think of myself as their mom. I'm kind of just like their like spiritual guide. Um, if they, yeah, I mean, sometimes they call me mom, sometimes they call me by my name, but they never stop talking to me, and that's like the most important thing. And the conversations are so wholesome and healthy, and they cover everything. I mean, I don't really question anything or worry about anything because they're so open, transparent, and confident, but they're also open to receive like my feedback if I have any.
Hmm.
So it's a really cool new structure. I'm not even gonna say balance because I hate the word balance. I hate it because it's not true. I can't ever balance. I'm either here or I'm here.
Yeah. Over time, there's a balance to it.
Maybe. I'm not there yet. Ebb and flow, ebb and flow.
Yes, yes. So in addition to your children, are there any other relationships in your life that have evolved, and what's become possible in those relationships that wasn't there before?
I think it more as I've learned my emotional intelligence and patience and being a better listener has helped my relationship with my husband. We've always had a really good relationship, but it's like this crazy deeper connection now because we're like a team and we discuss everything and talk about everything. Like there's no boundaries, there's no secrets, it's just we kind of just here it is, what are we gonna do with it? And it's so fun. Um, yeah, I feel like our connection is so strong. Yeah, it's definitely changed the dynamic opposed to my first marriage where there was none of that. It was my way or the highway or his way or the highway, but neither of us were on a highway, so it was no good. And he is a wonderful person, and I know that now because of going down this journey, I love him for where he is. He is still to this day not my person, but I love the person that he is. And I know wholeheartedly my husband is my person. And yeah, I would do anything for him. I understand wedding vows different now, where when like, love and obey, I'm like, yes, because when I say obey in regards of my husband, it is because he always has me in his best interest. He's always making safe suggestions. He's never put me in harm's way. So it's not that I obey him, but I trust his judgment calls if he sees something maybe I don't see. And I've never had that mindset really before to where I do now.
Yeah, I love that perspective.
Me too. Yeah.
So what do you do, on a daily or a weekly basis to help kind of remind yourself and bring yourself back to this? Because it's easy to revert back to old habits. So how do you remind yourself to stay on your path?
Oh, I have a lot of things. So I do a lot of meditation. I journal, especially when I'm on active duty. I journal every day, because I try to catch trends. I'll write down like a daily thought or a daily thing that's happening, and then I'll go back through it just to keep me on track of maybe where if I'm getting stressed out or anxious, because I do have a high pressure job. I can kind of identify those trends and know where that stress is coming so I don't deflect into my home or with my partner. I like to just have like a clear vision of what's going on in my life all the time. So the journaling kind of keeps me on track. And
Mhm.
then me and Cody, that's my husband, Cody, we do weekly meetings. So we'll sit and almost like work, right? So we meet once a week, we go over finances, dreams, and we just sit and talk about everything that's going to be going on for the week, for the month. And we do that every week.
Mhm.
And that's our routine. And if we don't, we feel like it's kind of thrown off.
Mhm.
So it's become a really, really cool routine that we brought in.
And is that something that your children observe that you're modeling for a healthy relationship for them?
Oh, absolutely. Yep. We never were like, okay, this is just our time. We just did it, and then we do it if the kids are there or not there. And they never really bothered us, but they just kind of are aware of what we do. Like they get to see our calendar, like everything's transparent. They get to see like our calendar and our finances and how we're doing things. I guess we're just leading them, I guess, by example. But I felt like if we put boundaries on it to where it's like, okay, the kids have to be quiet, we have to do this, have to do that, it is never going to happen. So we were just like, this is what we're doing in the midst of the chaos or not, like it's going down. And it's worked out. And actually, like I said, they've never have really bothered us or gotten in the way or anything. It's just because we just focused on what we were doing and not the environment. When we focused on the environment, girl, bye. It was chaos. I was like, okay, I have no control of anything. But when it was just focusing on each other and just communicating, then everything around us fell in place. So again, huge shift.
Mhm.
Yeah. But
If
it took work. We started at 5 minutes and now it's like an hour to 2 hours. So yeah,
oh,
it's cool.
wow, a lot to talk
Yeah.
about.
Right. Yeah. And we're together all the time. So it's like, you're my best friend.
So if someone listening is feeling stuck or disconnected from their true self, what would you want them to know based on your experience?
Um, so I'm to the point now where I love feeling stuck. I like feeling conflict because I know that I'm growing. If it was easy, then I would be bored. And if I was bored, I might be pushed into situations to have bad habits, um, work too much, maybe not come home on time, maybe find other things to do. Oh, I need to decompress. I've removed the decompression out of my life because I felt like I had so many other things. Oh, I need to go running. Oh, I need to go to work early. I need to come home late. Like, but it was really, I just didn't want to come home and deal with it. But I feel like now that I've dealt with everything, it's just a different type of energy. I don't have any more of like that shutdown time. So when you're having those conflicts, it's just life telling you just slow down and maybe listen.
Yeah.
And it's okay because a lot of the big things really aren't big things, at least for me. But I was in a relationship with somebody who was struggling with addiction, so I wasn't even in a relationship with a person. I was in a relationship with substance, which is an endless battle. But yeah, I think just conflict just tells you to slow down and create a plan. And as long as your partner is on board with slowing down and trying to plan, even if it messes up, you screwed up together. You know,
Yeah.
it's not always going to be perfect, but at least you both agreed to try it. So I think my biggest takeaway is just it's always going to be a problem. It's always going to suck, but it's what do you do with it?
Hmm.
You know, do something with it, but you got to do it together. Have to.
Have you found this have ripple effects in any other parts of your life, perhaps relationships at work or parents or anyone else?
Oh, I use it everywhere. Yep, I use it at work. I use it with my kids. I use it with my kids' friends. Um, yeah. I mean, I don't think, and I could be totally wrong, but I don't think these skills are just for my relationship with my husband or my children. I think it's just relationship skills we should have across the board. Like, I'm not going out and sleeping with everybody. Okay, I'm not doing that.
Right.
But I make sure I listen. I'm not over talking. I'm not trying to solve everybody's problems, right? I could be a Mrs. Fix It, but it's better to embrace everybody's journey because if we don't go through those little struggles, we're not going to end up where we're supposed to be, right? It's like going down the yellow brick road. You gotta roll with it and don't bite the apples. They might have worms. So yeah. Yeah, I've learned to embrace everybody's journey and try not to get anybody off course. That's like the biggest thing.
Mhm.
Yeah.
In your own words, based on your lived experience, how would you describe what it means to truly live your blueprint?
I'm still trying to figure that out. I feel like I'm still learning, but I feel like I'm on the right path. I want to bring a culture of safe love into my world. I can't change the whole world, but the people that come into my world, I want them to feel safe, feel loved, feel heard, connected. That is the environment and culture that I want to build. So, will that ever be a part of like my job? I don't know. But I'm cool if it is, but I'm okay if it's not, as long as the end result is people are healthier and be heard.
Mhm.
Yeah. But I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. I'm just going day by day.
Is there anything else you'd like to add that I might not have asked or you covered?
No, I think it's always important to be patient. Um, Always come from a loving place. Never, ever, ever from a place of where we're hoping somebody learns a lesson or, gets in trouble or gets caught. Like we have to not put that negativity into the universe. I think it does come back to us. And I think everybody does have potential, but they just, if we're not inspiring them to try to be better, what are we doing? I guess.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's easy to point fingers. It's easy to judge. Oh my gosh, I used to judge for fun. It was horrible. But I was from that generation of hotornot.com, so it's not my fault. But but I just try to be better and just leave every day a better place wherever I end up at or go and just be kind and just be open-minded too.
Mhm.
Very open-minded.
Okay.
And yeah,
All right.
that's what I got.
Okay. Well, I want to thank you for joining me, and I want to thank the viewers for joining today on the Blueprint Method podcast. I hope this conversation sparked something within you, a remembering, a reconnection, a deeper truth. If you're ready to take the next step in aligning with your own blueprint, I invite you to explore more at theblueprintmethod.us or connect with me on the socials or in school. So until next time, keep listening inward, living true, and leading your heart. Your blueprint is a path, and you are the guide. Kindest regards. Be sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next episode.